At just 13 years old, Maddie Lambert found herself on an unexpected journey, one that would test her limits, transform her outlook, and define the rest of her life. Through immense hardship and relentless judgment, Maddie overcame the challenges of teenage pregnancy to become the devoted mother she is today. This is Maddie's story, a tale of resilience, self-discovery, and unconditional love. Maddie's early years were far from easy. Growing up, she struggled with anxiety and endured relentless bullying. Feeling isolated and out of place, she spent much of her childhood longing for acceptance. "I had a not-so-great childhood, with a lot of anxiety and bullying," she later shared. At 13, Maddie's life seemed to be improving. She met a boy through a close friend, and they quickly grew close, starting a relationship. For the first time, Maddie felt she belonged. However, the relationship would soon lead to an unexpected and life-altering event. Maddie became pregnant, a development that took her completely by surprise. Despite her young age, she hadn't fully grasped the implications of unprotected sex. Reflecting on her limited understanding, she admitted, "I did not know it was that easy to get pregnant. I was so naive." When Maddie missed her period, she initially dismissed it. Her menstrual cycles had always been irregular, so she didn't think much of it. She even lied to her mother, pretending she was still getting her period to avoid raising suspicions. As weeks turned into months, Maddie began to experience severe symptoms, frequent nausea, dizziness, and exhaustion. Her mother noticed her declining health and eventually took her to see a doctor. At the pediatrician's office, a young nurse who had also experienced teenage pregnancy recognized the signs and suggested a pregnancy test. The results confirmed Maddie's fears. She was 3 months pregnant. For Maddie, the news was earth-shattering. She recalled sitting in the doctor's office, paralyzed with fear, worrying about her mother's reaction. Yet her mother's response was not anger but love. "She hugged me and told me it was going to be okay," Maddie said, remembering the moment with gratitude. The news of Maddie's pregnancy marked the beginning of an uphill battle. Her relationship with her boyfriend ended shortly before she learned she was pregnant, leaving her to face the challenges of teenage motherhood alone. When she told him about the baby, he initially refused to believe her. It wasn't until she showed him the sonogram that he acknowledged the pregnancy. Still, their attempts to co-parent were fraught with difficulty. Just imagine 2 14-year-olds trying to co-parent. "It was a lot," Maddie explained. With no consistent support from her ex, Maddie had to navigate pregnancy on her own. As news of her pregnancy spread, Maddie became the target of intense scrutiny and ridicule. At school, students mocked her openly, calling her names and spreading rumors. She received cruel messages online, with some even urging her to abort her baby or wishing harm upon her and her unborn child. "I was the laughingstock of the entire school district," Maddie recalled. "People thought I was a whore because I got pregnant, even though I had only been with one person." Despite the judgment, Maddie found solace in her mother, who became her unwavering source of strength. Together, they braved the challenges of pregnancy, from prenatal care to preparing for the baby's arrival. During one of her routine ultrasounds, Maddie received devastating news. Her baby's heart appeared to have a defect. The doctors warned her that her daughter might face significant health challenges. "I wasn't scared for me," Maddie shared. "I wasn't scared about being a single mother. I was scared for my daughter, if she was going to be okay." Maddie turned to her faith during this difficult time. She prayed for her child's safety and asked others to pray as well. A subsequent consultation revealed that the earlier concerns were unfounded. The baby's heart was healthy, and Maddie called it nothing short of a miracle. On March 5th, Maddie was induced just days before her due date. The labor was grueling, lasting 23 hours. Maddie vividly remembers the overwhelming fear she felt, not for herself, but for her baby. During delivery, her daughter showed signs of distress. When Everly finally emerged, she wasn't breathing. "I was holding her on my chest, and she didn't start crying," Maddie said. She watched in terror as doctors worked to resuscitate her newborn. Meanwhile, Maddie faced her own complications, losing a significant amount of blood during the delivery. Despite the terrifying ordeal, Everly's first cries eventually filled the room. Holding her daughter for the first time, Maddie was overcome with emotion. "It was the best thing I've ever felt in my life. It was magical and worth every single moment, she said. Life didn't get easier after Everly's birth. Maddie faced the daunting task of raising a newborn while still grappling with her own emotional and physical recovery. The judgment from others continued, but Maddie was determined to provide her daughter with a loving and stable home. Her daughter became her anchor, helping her overcome depression and rediscover her purpose. This beautiful little girl is the reason I was able to push myself, see life, and fight depression, Maddie said. Today, Maddie's life looks very different. Everly is a happy and healthy preschooler, and Maddie is considering returning to school to study psychology, a field inspired by her own journey of self-discovery and resilience. Despite the hardships she faced, Maddie has no regrets about becoming a mother at such a young age. Never for a moment have I regretted getting pregnant young, Maddie said. I am proud of myself. I am proud of my daughter. Maddie Lambert's story is more than just a tale of teenage motherhood. It is a story of perseverance, love, and the transformative power of motherhood. Through her struggles, Maddie has shown that even in the face of adversity, it is possible to rise above and create a brighter future.